What is going on, guys? We've got another cycle of upgrades for you. We've got a few decent content, to be honest. We've got Pedro today, Rabiot, Loan and Rabiot for some reason, and we have the 80 plus triples. So we can obviously grind these out. We also have an 85 times 5 if you wanted to save that, obviously for team of the season, and we also have the premium Electrum back. I did say that I believe that was going to come back, and lo and behold, it did. So we have got the 80 triple upgrade. I'm interested. We need 11 players, 10 of them have to be rare, so it is very, very heavy on the rare market, and I'm interested to see what this can kind of come in for. Rares might go up for this. I think the 80 triple normally is okay. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a go and do as million of them if you can, but it's relatively easy to grind through, and we will obviously show you the best way to grind these out because it's what everybody wants. We want that foot birthday upgrade. There is obviously a possibility of a triple foot birthday if you are insanely lucky, but we'll open the first one on now and see what do we get. What's the weight saying for just one? Can we be one and out with anybody? It's going to be a board at least. Okay. Summer? Oh, of course it's going to be an 83. Why wouldn't it be? So we get an 83, an 83, and an 83. In terms of 83 fodder, never going to grumble at that. Do we get the 10 coin pack? No, of course we don't. So, the best way to grind these out, because we've got a few things now. I've obviously not touched the game for a couple of days just to kind of prepare for what we can get done. We've got a lot of players to put a lot of fodder into. So, the 85 times 5 is going to be a surplus to obviously what you want to do. 86 rated team with one team in a week. Are you tired of using players like this? I would much rather have teams more like this. Then I recommend going over to skycoach.gg for all of your coaching and coins needs. They are cheap, fast and reliable, but at the checkout make sure you are using code JT11 for a discount on your orders. Back to the video. I wish it was an 85 team, and I never thought I'd say that before. Obviously we do have the Foot Birthday daily login. That is always going to be a great start for any sort of grinding to start with, because you do get your 81 double back. It is a guaranteed 2 rare gold at the minimum, plus then whatever pack is actually in the objective for it today. We get Papine. You know what, we'll take a Papine. Trying to collect all the foot heroes in loans, why not? So we also have the foot 20 SBC, we have the foot 21 SBC, and the foot 22. We get a prime Electrum there, we get a gold pack, and we also get a jumbo premium gold players. Very nice indeed. So they're just going to be extra on top. We also have obviously the draft token. We also have the league SBCs. Now we have got the prime Electrum. I feel like that grind is the best one out of the bunch, to be honest. I actually really enjoyed that one, and it's very hard to lose coins. I have got a dedicated video on it, so if you want to have a look at that one and get the full ins and outs of it, then feel free to go and do that. With it, I believe it should be the same objectives, silver and 74, which is perfect. So just as a brief overview how this could feed into the 80 triples, with the 74, what I personally do, and this is good because you don't need to use any rares, so this is going to be actually a really good grind. So what I'd do is I'd go for my bronzes and get my 64s. Normally I'd go 4 or 5 depending on the commons that I'm using, because then we don't need to use the common gold, which is always perfect. We can go ahead and start whacking a few in. Because they're 75s, obviously we're going to need necessarily a couple more than what we would do if we got an 80 common, for instance. So with this one, we do need an extra gold, so it's only 3. Sometimes I can get away with 5, sometimes I can get away with 4. It will be explained in a second. And then obviously with a silver, this is the bit that you just got to grind out. Either do a couple of bronze upgrades with obviously the premium, or you just have them lying in your club and you can easily just whack every single one in. Personally, bronze and silvers, don't go too massive with them because they really don't matter too much. Unless they're all tradable and maybe you've got a few Eredivisie, maybe you've got a few that are League SBC based, then yes, they might be worth a couple of extra change, but they're most definitely not going to change the outcome of obviously just putting them into these SBCs. So once you've done your prime Electrum, that is naturally just doing one and you should get enough back. because once we've done one Prime Electrum, we get 2 of these small rare gold bronze packs. This should give you enough to keep ticking over with all of the 64s. So for instance, we got 4 64s here. If obviously we wanted to use one of them and we use 3, for instance, in that SBC, we save the next one over for the next time. And again, you get 2 packs every single time. So again, with this one, we managed to get another 3 64s. So you should never run out of 64s. Then any other bronzes that you don't want to use in this, obviously you could put them into the silver upgrade and get yourself some silvers back. Once then you've got your Prime Electrum, you should get some rares in it. Maybe you get a good pack. Unfortunately in this one, we don't get any gold rares. So this is not going to help towards our grind with obviously the other one. We've got a Man City player here. But again, like I say, some of these are just not worth the value at all. So what I would do with this to get into the 80 triple, personally, to grind this out a little bit easier, what I would personally do first is, say I've got no golds, no gold rares whatsoever. This is how I'm getting my gold rares. What I would do is I'd go back to the Premium Electrum, this 74 rated SB, 74 rated SBC. We would then go ahead and whack all of these golds in. Obviously, depending on if you can put whatever bronzes in, you want to keep one over for next time, then obviously that's perfect as well. But personally, we can just whack, hopefully, all of these in. Ooh, we're 1 off, so we would need 1 more bronze or silver for this. Obviously, we're going to try and use a silver if we can. Can we get away with a silver? Does it have to be higher rated? Go with a 68? No, we'll try and go the other end. Let's see if that works. 72, 73, there we go. So we can use a 73 instead. Obviously, if you've got your club, you can utilize it like that. We then get all the golds back in, and we can go again and use the silvers to get that other side done. Once then you keep doing that, you should get a couple of gold rares every single time, which then would lead you into the 80 double. If you wanted to get silver players to get the other side done, the 4 silver pack is going to be your best way. And then obviously you can utilize any bronzes that you get from that SBC that is not necessarily a 64 or 63 at a minimum. So for instance, we could use this guy, and this guy if you was obviously not going for all of the 64s. And then you can obviously utilize any bronze from a bronze pack method or anything like that. That will then give you the remaining silvers for the other side of the SBC with very, very little cost. Once you have done that a few times and got yourself some good players, maybe you've got yourself a few rares, and then you get a duplicate, that is where in comes the triple upgrade. You can then obviously wash them over to the triple upgrade, and you just need to use 10 rares. As simple as you like it, very, very easy to do, and it will cost you very little. That is the best thing about this Prime Electrum grind, is it really doesn't cost much. It does take a bit of time. I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and craft 180 triples beyond belief in a matter of no time, but most definitely it beats not having no coins and not being able to do anything. Once then you've grinded this through, if we get 80, 81, 82, we could then put them back into the 80 triple and just continue the cycle again and again and again. There is no kind of limit to this. You put in what you want. We managed to get another board in this. Realistically, you should get a board in everybody. Nearly a Messi again, but we get Di Maria as an 84, then we get an 80 and an 81. So we've got at least 2 players going back in, and then we can keep going round and grabbing fodder. If then you want to do the 85 times 5, if you want to do any of the player SBCs, that is more packs to get back in. And normally what I say is any tradable stuff that's worth value, sell off and get rid. Anything that's untradable, whack back into these SBCs and keep grinding. That's going to be your best way to get this grind going. A triple upgrade's not bad. I personally, you could save them for team of the season if you want, but to be honest, I would just keep grinding as much as you can whilst we get the offer, because obviously we're going to get league SBCs very, very soon, or league upgrades once we get into team of the season, which just needs a stock club anyway. So let me know down below if you're going to be doing these. Who is your best FUT birthday packed? Catch you all for the next time, and check the video on screen. Peace.